Hey everyone! I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for Nick to toddle his way in. He's I don't know, going to the bathroom or fucking eating dinner or whatever it is. Whatever it is adults do. He's a busy adult with many important things to do. So I'll wait for him to trickle in, wait for some viewers to trickle in, and then we'll get started because we got some beautiful shit going on tonight, my friends. What's up, Severco? Nice to see you again. I'm glad you joined tonight. You're going to be really entertained by some of the shit we got on the docket. I'm at work, but your voice will be in my ear. Well, that's very lovely. Thank you for that. The beautiful sounds of my voice should definitely help you get through whatever it is you're doing. Today is a frabulous day, everyone. For one reason, and shortly for a second. I don't know why I'm doing the muscle man pose. I'm just stretching my little arms. Oh, this is going to be a good one, everyone. You could probably guess what we're going to talk about, but I don't want to spoil it just in case anyone somehow missed the news all day. You could probably guess from my funny display name, which I change every stream because if I don't, then, complacency sets in, and that's how terrorism starts. Yeah, that's how terrorism begins, is with not changing your funny display name every episode. How's everyone doing tonight? Eat anything good for dinner? Do any I don't know, crafting or fucking touch some boobies? I don't know. Whatever it is you people do for fun. I hope you've done some of it today. I personally have a stomach filled with mashed potatoes and rotisserie chicken. So I feel very dead, but I'm also in a good mood. So it's going to be a fun one tonight. We'll do our best. Hmm, that's weird. I'll show you what's weird in a minute when Nick gets here. I don't want to spoil anything before he does. In typical live streamer fashion, I was very late. And by very, I mean like 4 minutes. But you guys aren't doing your end of the job. You're supposed to be spamming late in the comments. Here, I'll help. And for those of you watching on TVs who might not know, there he is.
I'm back.
What's up?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Or at least I can, if the audience can. Now, I'm assuming that everyone here heard what happened today. And just in case you didn't, I'm going to put it on screen here. Oh, man. Do you want to start, Nick?
I mean, like, okay. This is hard. It's like when Kissinger went.
Yeah.
In that, like, how much damage can an 84-year-old man do? A lot when you're Dick Cheney. So I guess good that that's not happening. But, like, 84 years, man.
That's pretty young for one of these guys, too. That's the thing that's nuts.
I mean,
That's not what I wanted you to do. There we go.
Yeah. He
Now,
didn't.
granted, he did have like 5 heart attacks, and as shown by my name, was literally on his second heart.
Oh God.
Also, I've never seen his name spelled out as Richard Cheney before, which makes perfect sense that that's his name, but I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I mean, like people just go by Dick, or like they did back in olden times.
Yeah, that. So you know how I always talk about how we shouldn't let like geriatric mummies be president or run our government? Here's an example. The fact that this guy is so old that dick wasn't a funny word when he was born.
I mean, if we're gonna go by that metric, should we listen to heroes who, by their own admission, give each other some straight dick when they fall into a rut over a relationship?
To be fair, I know the meme you're referencing, and I'm almost certain that was Photoshop.
Nah, nah, dude. Iron Man gave that man some like, or it was either Iron Man or Captain America gave him straight dick. I forget which one.
I'm gonna have to find out. Hang on.
I I refuse to believe that's not real.
Um, that's not the one I was looking for. Thank you, Reddit.
Oh no. The internet is checking when you type in those words, unfortunately.
Yeah, all I'm finding is like screen. Here, I'll just bring it up. I'm finding
Yeah.
screenshots of that panel, but I can't actually find proof that it's photoshopped. But oh yeah, here it is. Okay, here's the original. What you need is some solid advice from an Iron Man. That's tragic.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
I'm
no.
sorry to have to be the one to tell you that Santa Claus isn't real.
All right, I'm gonna pull my Plan B parachute, which is what about Dick Grayson? We still like Nightwing out here.
We do. I'm honestly surprised that they've never tried to change his name.
How would it work?
Well, they had like the version where he got amnesia and became Rick Grayson or whatever, but everyone hated that fucking storyline, so they.
Yeah, it's gross. Like,
I don't
there's
even mean
just
change it in the comics so much as like I'm surprised that new adaptations haven't had him go by Rick instead.
okay. Is there a pattern that people named Dick are hyper violent? Would that considering?
I don't know.
I mean, Van Dyke is out here, but
Yeah,
he just defies all logic. He is, I think, 100 years old now.
he turns 100 shortly. Yeah, he's like a month or so shy.
We love to see that.
Also, I'm just remembering the tie-in comic to the Young Justice cartoon, which, unlike most of those, is actually canon. Does confirm that the reason he goes by Dick and not Rick is because his uncle, whom he was named after, goes by Rick.
Yeah, might not want to have the dead guy name.
Well, actually, his uncle survived but was paralyzed,
Oh,
I guess.
oh, that's way better. The quadriplegic name is just what you need.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so the thing we're actually here to discuss tonight is the fact that one of the architects of the Iraq War croaked.
Dick Cheney's gone, and that's a lot.
Yeah, I always forgot he was so young. 84, he was a fucking kid.
Calling an 84-year-old young is just so weird.
Well,
Like,
in the
I
world
know
of
when you have
politics,
like
it is
secret
though.
doctors.
Like Dianne Feinstein, she finally died, so I suppose I can't really use her as an example anymore. But she was, I think, 90 and like actively in the well, not actively, but was officially in the Senate when she died.
Yeah, yeah, it's like 6 years.
Yeah, like she routinely didn't know where she was being like wheeled onto the Senate floor in a wheelchair with half her face fucking drooping.
Hey.
She would routinely like forget about conversations they had mere minutes after having them.
That's just a standard for American politicians at this point, though.
Seriously, though, it is. Like, the lady that's running against Graham Plattner is like, she'll be 85 if she finishes a first Senate term.
There's
Such a
minimum
fetus
age
compared to
requirements
Strom
for a
Thurmond,
lot of
true.
political places, and a lot of positions, but there's not maximums.
Yeah, Wadley remembers a few weeks ago. I think you were sick when this happened, but I went on that whole rant about Strom Thurmond. Yeah, he was 100 when he finally retired from the Senate,
Yeah.
and also he died like a month later. So
Once you stop having forward motion, it's just easy to.
yeah, well, he got too old to impregnate black women while shitting on black men. So
Whoa. He got too old to do it naturally. The money can still do it.
true, that is fair. Maybe he just got old enough that he lost interest, which is fair. I mean, when you get that old, you don't have the energy anymore.
Thomas Jefferson would roll over in his grave hearing you say such a thing.
Thomas Jefferson, how old was he when he died?
Let
me find out.
Too old. I mean,
Hang on. Okay, 83. Yeah, for that era, that was old, man.
Yeah, 83 in the age of like an average man living like 30 years. I hate you. Like, no.
Well, I guess that even back then they had the adrenochrome. Henry Kissinger was alive back then, and Henry Kissinger taught them the trick of grinding Cambodian children in a blender and drinking the adrenochrome.
Nah, it's just almost like you like take the best doctors of any country and like hoard them, and you can usually keep some people safe and healthy.
While I look for this thing, did you watch the show Kindred on Hulu?
I did not. What is this about?
It's an adaptation. Remember the book Kindred we read in college?
Oh God,
Yeah, it's an adaptation of that.
that's
And
okay.
it was really good, and unfortunately, it got canceled mid cliffhanger. But there's a scene in it when they're in the past, like in the early 1800s, where the doctor comes in to check on the kid, and the doctor is first of all audibly coughing, and second says, "No, I don't need to wash my hands. This matter's urgent. There's no time."
Gross barber doctors.
Yeah. And also, Severco has something to say that I'm going to put up because I was going to bring this up. Old life expectancy stats are skewed by infant mortality. That is true.
That's fair.
Now, granted, life in general was shorter and more dangerous back then, but like, I remember the quote I read once was that if you made it to 10, chances are you were going to make it to 60.
I feel like that's got to be profession based.
Well, of course.
I mean,
Yeah, here
like,
we go.
how many people are even on like an old stat census like that?
Not many.
Like,
So I think this is
how
the
does
one
that
I
work?
heard about. Um,
Let's see.
I don't know. You got to talk to a sociologist for that one. So this, I thought it was Alabama, but I guess it was Texas. Texas Rep. Kay Granger, who was a powerful GOP member of Congress, apparently, literally fucking disappeared for 6 months because you can just get away with doing that when you're in the Senate. And when they found her, she was living in an Alzheimer's care facility. Like, these people are ancient. Yeah, Kay Granger. That's actually not that fucking old to be getting Alzheimer's.
Just we're led by
82? Yeah, I
ghouls
mean,
on top of columns.
yeah, I mean, 82 is like, that's like when it's starting to be normal to have Alzheimer's, but like my grandma's 87 and she's still pretty lucid, like almost always.
Nah, your family just lives forever too. I don't know. Some families just got the good genes.
Um, yeah, kind of, especially my fucking dad's family. Jesus. My great grandma, I think I've told you before, was a couple months shy of 103 when she finally died, and she was cogent. Like she only died because her heart gave out, basically.
Yeah, I feel like I see most people just tapping in their 80s, and that's like a long life. But
Yeah.
people going in their 60s, and it's still considered a reasonable thing. It just depends on their lifestyle.
Yeah, and then there's my great grandma who, till last month of her life, when her heart was going out, was like cognizant. I've made this comparison before. She was born when New York City streets had gas lamps, and she lived long enough to have seen Spider-Man 3.
That's the way you could phrase it.
I don't think she saw Spider-Man 3, but she may have, for all I know.
I mean, what was she? Was she born in the 1800s?
She was born in 1906.
Yeah, that's fun
Yeah.
to have seen every single electrical and social innovation that people cling to as being so commonplace.
Oh, yeah, like if it had been another year or two, she probably would have, if not had a smartphone herself, had the opportunity to use one.
I mean, just here's interesting food for thought. She was like grandma age when the civil rights movement happened.
Yeah, and she was supporting it too.
Which is interesting, someone being grandma age.
Yeah. Now, granted, she lived in New York, so like her personal involvement was limited, but no, she was very much in favor of whatever the civil rights movement of the day was.
I mean, I think that's Stonewall. I don't know, man. For
Wadley
some
says,
reason,
reminds me of my great grandma who was born during the King Dynasty. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that wrong, and passed away when
I
John
believe.
Wick marked Keanu Reeves' comeback. That's insane, dude. I mean, just the other night, I was talking about James Hong. James Hong, do you know who was president when James Hong was born?
Who?
Calvin Coolidge.
That's yeah.
Granted, he was only president for about 3 weeks, and because it was like right before inauguration, but still.
But he did
Silent
it.
Cal. Well, yeah, he is silent now, dude. He's fucking dead. He's been dead for 100 years. Don't make fun of his condition. Oh, we lost Nick. Hang on. We'll be back in a second, I assume. There he is.
I got by Silent Cal.
Yeah, exactly. The woke mob came for you.
I
Obama is in your house right now.
I don't want Obama in my house.
Yeah, he'll judge my interior design, and then he'll draw
No,
me
he's gonna
something
make a
for it.
bad subpar movie.
Now, let me be clear. This red wall is fucking hideous.
Now, me, Michelle, Bo, we're very happy now that the girls have left, and we've decided that Hollywood must suffer my wrath. Yeah.
But even when he was alive, I'm assuming you refer to Calvin Coolidge. Legend has it a reporter once told him at dinner she made a bet to get him to say more than 3 words. He said to her, "You lose." That's probably apocryphal, but it's very funny, so I'm choosing to believe it.
I always like those old stories about like, oh, you want to hear something the prime minister said? It's like, I don't think he said that, but it'll be kind of funny if he did.
Yeah, the Churchill ones are usually true because Churchill was a nut, but most of them are fake.
Yeah, well, notice I didn't say the name because
Yeah.
like those are a little different.
By the way, before we get back to Dick Cheney, speaking of I thought of this when you're saying the names of Obama's
Speaking of
daughters.
warmongers,
Um, do you know who the last U.S. president was who was neither named after a father nor had a son named after him?
house guy, what's his name?
House
Jimmy
guy.
Carter.
No, Nixon.
Yeah, he said, I'm not going to subject anyone else to any more dicks.
Yeah, and he also wasn't named after a dick. He was a dick himself, but also, the thing I learned that from also reminded me of a fact I'd forgotten, which is that Gerald Ford had his entire name changed when his mom got remarried.
I mean, having the last name Ford, I would change my name just for a whole other reason.
Well, true, but no, the reason why was because so he was initially named Leslie Lynch King Jr. after his biological father, but his biological father was like a psychotic alcoholic wife beater, so his mom fled with herself and their son. And then she got married to Gerald Ford Sr. So when she was changing their last name, she just changed her son's entire name.
Okay, so you know how like a lot of last names are like based on activities.
Yeah. Or like physical traits if they were distinctive enough.
What is Lynch King?
Well, no, Lynch was his middle name.
Oh,
No, so his name was he was born Leslie King Jr.
okay. I'm like, what kind of things do you need to do to earn? Okay,
Oh man, he's I knew she left him. I didn't realize it was 16 days after their son was born. Wow.
that's old enough to cry, old enough to say goodbye. Like,
Apparently. Yeah, so she here I'll put it on screen for everyone. I keep forgetting you're not on screen. Well you are, but this thing isn't. Yeah, so he was only like 2.5 when she met Gerald Ford Sr., so adjusting to a new name wasn't difficult for him.
yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's not really adjusting at that point.
Yeah, not at all. It's just really funny to think that, like, because before you know that it's because his dad was abusive, you're just thinking, like, damn, that must have been a rough divorce.
It gives big McDonald's where like wouldn't work the same without the name energy.
Yeah. So, anyway, Dick Cheney is fucking dead. To me, that's really funny because he was a war criminal, mass murderer, psychopath who looked like a vampire and was probably a demon from hell.
Do you think it would be awkward for any hunters to do like a 21 gun salute?
Oh, yeah, just make sure those guns are pointed at the air and not at anything else.
I mean that allegedly was where it was aimed before,
I do
and
think it's
the man just
really
stepped in
fucking
front of it.
funny that his friend apologized to him over that.
Yeah. He stepped in front of his gun and really caused stress to the Cheney family.
The weird thing, by the
Undue
way,
problems.
Cheney is the second vice president to have shot someone in the face.
That's weird.
Aaron Burr.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like, how's that weird? Like,
I don't know.
good old shoot a man the duel. Like,
Well, yeah, but usually the dudes who got involved in duels didn't ascend to be vice president, but sometimes they did. Also, apparently, when Christian Bale played Dick Cheney, he looked like Chevy Chase. I have not seen the movie, but I've seen screenshots from it, and I agree.
he did. Yeah, no, I remember this. Yeah. Is that the Vice movie?
Yeah, which I still haven't
Yeah.
seen. Oh my
I
god,
remember.
fucking flashbacks to my childhood right here, seeing these assholes. God damn.
I mean, think about how lucky we were to get all the terrible action movies because of these two dicks.
Aaron Burr shot Ham in the ribs. He did, but I think he shot other people in duels. I like that you called him Ham.
John Hamm.
Dick Cheney had 5 heart attacks, multiple surgeries, and a heart transplant.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Alexander Hamilton style musical about Dick Cheney.
I don't hate this. Now,
Um,
as long as it, like Hamilton, is really good. Because Hamilton, if you judge it purely as a fictional narrative, is good. It's when you judge it against history that you have issues.
It's when you judge it as a musical, you also get issues. I don't know.
Those motherfuckers can sing, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're right. So if maybe there was not other musical components like rapping involved, there
Three
might
eggs in
be a
Hamilton.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The rhyming is trash. Thank you. Green eggs in Hamilton is
At
correct.
what point of that many life-saving procedures does a man become just a walking medical experiment? I mean, technically, we're all walking medical experiments at any time.
Yeah, but like you could be cyborg.
Yeah. Like, even if you're, like, not on medications of any kind, you're just the control group.
I mean, it would be kind of cool having like two mechanical lungs, a bio heart. I got like three bones that are still my original ones.
Yeah, like fucking Cyberpunk 2077. You getting, like, your arms replaced.
But like I'd have them tastefully look like normal arms, of course.
Yeah, when I played that game, I tried, at least when I did my initial character design, I tried to make him look as normal as possible. So, like, I didn't give him, like, lines on the face or anything.
Okay, hear me out. I feel like to put respect to the old video game narratives, I would just keep everything looking normal. Just so when I got really pissed at someone, I could change him to look all crazy.
Yeah, you could just go full Akira.
Yeah, that's it. Final form.
I want my blind eye replaced with some sort of cybernetic thingamajig. That would be cool, but it would take some getting used to just from having vision in that eye again. But yeah, that would be
Well, imagine
fantastic.
all the things you could see. You could see infrared.
Yeah, you just close one eye and
Your brain would process information in a whole new way. That'd be cool.
yeah. Anyway, I just find it horrifying that Dick Cheney got to have all that shit, whereas, by the way, 200,000 Iraqi civilians is a very conservative estimate for the number who died as a direct result of Dick Cheney.
Well, it's hard to do a direct result with him because of all the things he was like running from the back.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like a lot of his influences are not really tied to him as much as they can be traced to him through long, boring means that take longer than people have attention spans for.
In a 2013 CBS 60 Minutes interview, Cheney told Sanjay Gupta that his heart issues were the product of genetics and an unhealthy lifestyle. The former VP had a family history of bad hearts, but also indulged in fatty foods, beer, and up to 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Very ironic, by the way, because people in his political party are the ones who will say things like, why should I subsidize your health care? You'd be healthier if it weren't for your bad decisions, yada, yada, yada.
But we always know who they're talking about when they say that. That's
Well, of
not.
course. Like, none of these fuckers believe in anything. Let's not mince words here.
Well, I mean, they believe in certain things for certain people.
Yeah. Well, that's not a belief. That's something they want. That's a little different.
I think the belief just comes down to people who aren't like me don't deserve the same respect.
Did you see the fucking clip of Mamdani finding out, by the way?
I don't think I did. No.
Okay, I'll leave this article open. I'm taking this off screen though, just in case they show anything that I'm not allowed to show on YouTube.
No corn.
Oh, God, if I have to hear the word fucking unalive ever again, I'm going nuts.
Internet speak is actually ruining my life. My mom tried saying unalive to me, and I was like, "Do you know why that's a thing?" She was like, "Well, no, I just saw it in a video," and I'm like, "It's because profit."
Yeah, like the first time I heard unalive, I kind of like not so much chuckled as I went, and then, yeah, you're so right, Severed. Grape is worse. One, because it makes me think of the grapist from fucking Whitest Kids You Know. And two, because it's a really fucking serious topic and trivializing it by using like the word grape, or worse, the grape bunch emoji to
I was gonna
represent it.
say the moment you get to emojis is the moment I get really mad.
Yeah, that's oh my god.
Like, or you have the really fun little thing where like certain emojis mean certain things, and I think people who are like me in a certain group might use a certain emoji to describe a certain kind of person.
Oh, yeah, before I show this clip, you're more internet brain poison than me. You might be able to help me here.
Oh, here we go.
You know those like little Instagram reel TikTok videos that like the OnlyFans models do where they have like the text describing, just traits about themselves?
Oh, sure.
Like, height 5'7", star sign Libra, whatever.
Sure.
So this one that because I'm a fucking degenerate, I follow all these women on Instagram.
Here we go.
One of them says kids, and then the answer was the salad emoji. I don't get it, and I couldn't fucking find the answer on the internet.
Okay. So, okay, how much can I talk on here?
I mean, as long as you don't show anything, you could probably get away with whatever you want.
Okay, so like what does Pac-Man do to those pellets?
Eats them?
And we're asking about
About what?
kids.
Yeah.
And so like, eating like
That's a hell of a fucking leap.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure it's just kids, a meal.
Okay, because I thought she meant like tossing salad, and it's like, okay, well that's good to know, but like, what does that have to do with kids?
I think salad is just in something you eat.
Maybe she just means that she's an atheist and therefore eats babies.
Yeah, but like the context points to something.
I guess. I feel like there were much clearer because there were other people in the comments confused and none of them had the answer. So I feel like she could have picked a better way to do this.
People are not good at communicating.
She's also German, so maybe English isn't her first language, and like that joke made sense in German but not in English.
Oh no, don't tell me I have the mind of a German.
Yeah,
I have
or
to go
maybe
and
like
reconsider
Germans
things.
eat children, or I don't know. I mean, fucking.
Germans eat children, that would.
Well, there is the Hansel and Gretel thing. Think about it.
I feel like Germans almost make stories about children getting eaten just because they're really worried about it.
I mean, that is fair. Like, think of when those stories are from. Your kids wandering off into the woods and getting eaten by a monster wasn't that crazy.
Oh wait, do you think that's actually about a monster?
Well, no, but I'm saying like
No,
that's
dude. If
why
you're
they.
going out and your kids get offered candy, you probably shouldn't follow that guy.
Well, yeah, I know. There's other examples I'm also thinking of, but Hansel and Gretel is like just the first one I thought of for whatever reason.
What
Anyway,
else they
this
got?
is the video that I wanted to show you. This is the moment that Mamdani finds out that Dick Cheney died. And tell me if the audio sounds okay.
Can't hear it.
Is it just quiet, or can you just? Is there no
No,
sound?
no. I mean, like, I can't hear it at all.
Okay. How do I share sound on this motherfucker right here? That's not. I definitely did not want you to take a goddamn screenshot. Thank you, StreamYard.
Puppy. We love puppies.
Oh yeah, that's Suki being a terror.
No, she's being adorable.
Oh well, yeah, of course. That's what she does. Stop taking fucking screenshots. It's not what I want you to do. I want you to show me the goddamn settings. Here, let me try it again. I cranked the volume up over here.
Cannot see.
Oh, right. Hang on. Let me try again. Professional show, everyone.
Hey. We got silence.
Okay. Yeah, so there must be an audio share issue, but it doesn't really matter.
That's
You
all
can
right.
you can kind of tell what he's thinking just from the visual. Here.
Where's he getting this info from?
Like someone in the voting booth, or not booth, but you know what I mean, like told him when he was there this morning. So just watch his face. Now, he's a professional, so of course he doesn't say anything untoward, but you can see in his eyes what he's thinking. Do I need to say it, or do you think you got it?
I mean, I feel like it's just a lot to take in, if anything. Like it's the end of such an era and such an influence. I
Yeah,
don't I, I don't
it
know if there's such a simple answer.
it's deeply ironic that Cheney died the day that a Muslim man is going to, unless something completely insane happens in the next hour, become mayor of New York City. Um, Especially, I'm sure that's personal for him. Like, if I think of Zoran, he was about 10 when 9/11 happened. I'm sure that fucked up his life quite a bit.
Is he from New York? I mean, I assume to
Yeah.
become mayor, you end up having to be a native.
Well, he's originally from Uganda, but he has lived in New York from, I think, age 7 onwards.
Yeah. So for all practical purposes.
Yeah, like he is essentially a lifetime New Yorker. Personally, I say let him run for president. Fuck it, but that's a whole different conversation.
I mean, he could get governor. Like he could get some Schwarzenegger level.
Mm. Honestly, I feel like one of it might not be soon. It might not even be in my lifetime, but I feel like eventually they're gonna let people in Mamdani's case run for president. Ones who are technically foreign born but have lived here forever. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if that happens.
Uh, hmm.
Especially as the world gets more global, you're going to see a lot more immigration in general.
I, this is one of those things where, like, are we speaking on what I think is gonna happen or what is reasonable?
Well, both. That's why I said like probably not in my lifetime, but I feel like eventually they'll just go, fuck it, fine.
And it'll probably just be a whole new world government or something at that point.
Yeah. Plus, the rules on what constitutes a naturalized U.S. citizen are really kind of odd and inconsistent. Like Ted Cruz counts, even though he was born in Canada.
What does he count?
Let's find out. Why
I did not
is
know that.
Ted Cruz eligible? Oh, that's one of the first questions.
Thanks, algorithm. You're listening.
Okay, it's because he was born to a U.S. citizen living abroad. All right, so Mamdani wouldn't be covered by that. Yeah, because
Hmm.
Ted Cruz is at least one of his parents was a U.S. citizen. They just weren't living in the U.S. at the time.
So he's some sort of anchor baby.
Kind of the opposite, actually. That's kind of my dad's thing too. Like my dad was born in Montreal, but he was born to a US citizen who was just living in Montreal while she waited for her husband's eligibility to come back around.
Huh.
Cuz my grandpa came to the US on a student visa to go to MIT, and then once you graduate, you're not allowed to come back for a couple of years cuz they want you to like go home and improve your home country.
That
But
makes
he goes
sense.
home to England and he's like, this place is fucking miserable. I don't want to live here. So he just lived in Canada for 2 years till he was allowed back into the US.
I like that he went to the French part of Canada though.
Yeah, I don't think that was on purpose. I think he just went somewhere that the job market took him.
Just somewhere it's cold and it's decent.
Yeah, well, I mean, my both of my parents, in fact, because they both grew up with MIT graduate engineer fathers. Both of them basically got transferred every couple of years, so they both live these like
Huh.
weird bohemian childhoods where they're not really from anywhere.
Sounds fun.
Well, it was for my dad. My mom fucking hated it, which is part of why my grandpa eventually settled down in Rhode Island and stayed there till he died.
Okay.
But my dad loved, like, for whatever reason, my dad loved it. So he lived in England for a few years as a child. That's why, like, some of his albums are the UK release because he bought them over there.
Your dad just is the British invasion.
Yeah, like he has a couple of like the Beatles, not albums, but the like compilation ones that were sold like they were albums. He has a couple
Yes.
of the UK exclusive ones because they came out when he was 12 and he was living in the UK at age 12. So
I feel like owning some of those records has to be like. At one point, I owned an unopened copy of Pokemon Emerald.
nice.
Gone to
I
the
don't have
winds.
anything unopened, but as shit. As
Oh
you can
no,
see
I don't have it
here.
anymore. I opened and played it.
Oh yeah, there you go. I have the what was once called the Holy Grail of Star Wars Legos right here. The one that I could probably get like $6,000 for. But it's my childhood. It's literally like my favorite Lego set from my childhood, so I can't possibly bear to sell it.
But what if it could fight? Like, think of how many guillotines you could buy with that one Lego set.
If I want to buy a bunch of guillotines, I'll just sell something else I own.
I suppose.
Like I'm looking around. It's like I bet that Captain America shield could get me something. Or
Well, at that point, let's just reformat that to the guillotine. Let's
true.
get like a little.
Yeah, John
Let's get
Walker used
creative
it
here.
as one.
Oh, what? What would Dick Cheney's favorite superhero be?
John Byrne era Superman. John Byrne era, not technically an immigrant, friend to the U.S. government Superman.
Hydra era Captain America.
He's too evil, though. Even Dick Cheney would be like, dial it back. We need some professionalism here. He was
That
evil, but he had standards.
Lex Luthor.
Which version?
Ooh.
I feel like he'd be into corporate tycoon Lex Luthor. But
Yeah, I know exactly. Like really competent, like running the business Lex Luthor.
yeah. Whereas like mad scientist 50s Lex Luthor, I feel like Dick Cheney would see that and he'd be like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Uh, Dick Cheney would. Did Dick Cheney probably had just like a book where it's like A1, B7.
Yeah. 1A, 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 1A. I love that movie so fucking much.
Okay, so 1A is just punching him in the fucking face.
Well, that does make sense for the first move you'd think of. I mean, yeah.
I know. I just love how like they say it where it's like, the most simple thing, punch him in the face.
One of my favorites in that scene is when he gets kicked in the balls and the look on his face is less pain and more surprise at Ultraman's audacity.
Like, how dare you?
God, okay, I looked this up out of curiosity. Cheney was born in 41. That means he would have potentially grown up reading fucking Superman and Batman comics. That's nuts.
Dick Cheney probably cheered that time Batman hung a giant and then flew with him.
Oh my god, yes. Here, I'm bringing that up. Hang on.
Things Dick Cheney would support. This.
They're trying to show me because the fucking AI overview doesn't work. They're trying to show me the opening of Dark Knight Rises.
No! This is why I hate new Google. I miss old
expect
Google.
one of us in the wreckage, brother. Yeah, here we go. Batman, this is really early Batman, to be clear, before he stopped killing people. He literally just lynches this motherfucker and then says he's probably better off this way.
This is Dick Cheney's Batman.
Yeah, Batman kept killing for like a year or two after Robin showed up. Like, it's not just because Robin showed up that he stopped.
I mean, why would the kid showing up stop it?
I mean, to be fair, Batman, even when he killed, was depicted as being very reluctant to do so and would only do it in extreme situations.
I I have never understood the Batman don't kill thing.
It makes sense to me because, like, he lost his parents, so he made a vow he'd never put that pain on anyone else.
But like, okay, literally, he lives in a city full of people who prisons don't work for.
Yeah.
That's the part where I'm confused. Where I'm like, there's no alternative. Like, you tried this, and the first time everyone broke out of Arkham, you should have sat there and went,
I'm never
okay.
going to do this, but if I ever, through happenstance, wound up with creative control of a Batman TV show, I would use Joker like maybe 3 times throughout the whole series. For that very reason, because we need to believe that Batman locking Joker up works to some extent, or else the
Yeah,
story.
you can't even lock Riddler up. You can't lock Harley up. You can't lock like Freeze up.
Well, most of them. So that's the thing. Whenever they reappear in like Batman the Animated Series or whatever, if there's an explanation for how they're out, some of the time it's just they got released.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely inspires more faith in that prison system. You right.
I've never heard anyone fucking talk about this, but it's something that explains everything to me. You know how in the PS4 Spider-Man game, when you're sneaking around, you can listen in on the enemy's chatter?
Yes.
So one time, and only once did I find this. Um, I perch on the thing. I'm looking for an opportunity to take some guys out quietly, and they're talking about the criminals. They're talking about their past jail sentences, and one of them goes, "I kind of lucked out last time. I only served 6 months because I was brought in by Spider-Man and not by the cops." And so I'm like, that fucking explains a lot about superhero like prisons and how no one stays in them.
Like,
They would have to like shorten your sentence if the masked vigilante brought you in. That does kind of make sense.
I don't care about the little thugs. I mean, hell, I hate to be a dick. I don't care about the Joe Cools of this world.
Yeah.
We have giant invaders coming to take our planet. We have masked people from other countries attempting to steal whole cities and just like pick them from the ground. We have people turning whole populations into like gators and lizards when they could be curing cancer
But
and
they don't
admit
want
they
to.
could be curing cancer, but they want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's part of why I don't like most of the heroes to strictly have a no kill. I like when Batman has it because he's a hardcore ideologue and it kind of makes sense. He draw a line in the sand and refuse to cross it. But
How do
that's
you feel
part of
about that one Marvel panel, by the way?
which one?
The one where Peter Parker is dealing with this guy who's trying to turn people into dinosaurs.
Yeah,
And he specifically goes, wait, you're rewriting people's DNA. You could cure cancer. Why are you turning people into dinosaurs?
because that's what he wants to do.
And this man's witty retort is, because I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Hey, you know what? He's honest. I respect it. There it is for anyone who somehow hasn't seen it. Yeah, I don't know. Like if I'm thinking of the heroes with the no kill code, everyone kind of stereotypically assumes they all have that, and that's because back in the 50s the CCA made them all have that. But
I mean,
like if I'm thinking of like DC for example, Batman and his supporting cast are some of the few who like very strictly will not kill ever.
I feel like Green Arrow, while I don't hear him say it, it feels like he's trying not to kill people.
Well, most of them try not to kill people, but most of them in an extreme enough situation will do it and not hesitate to do it. Including
What
Green
counts
Arrow,
as a
by the way.
person in this circumstance?
Well, that's another thing too, is like
How does
comparing
Doomsday factor into this question?
Well, yeah, and that's why even Batman famously in Final Crisis made what he called a once in a lifetime exception and killed Darkseid with a gun. Now, granted, it was
Darkseid is.
temporary because death in comic books always is, but he did load a fucking magic bullet into a gun and shoot Darkseid in the chest with it with the intention of killing him. So
Now, excuse me. Is this the same Batman that had the chair, or is this just like a random Batman?
this was a while ago. This was like 2010 when Final Crisis came out. So I think it is the same Batman who would eventually have the chair, but it's before that.
I really feel like he missed out on such a good one-liner opportunity there.
Which one?
Now, who else could put a gun to Darkseid other than Batman? Not many people.
Yeah, not many.
But you need to say two words. Darkseid was.
Aha!
And just shoot him in the face.
That has to be in something.
I really feel like it should be, but I've never heard of it. Because it's just there.
I googled the phrase and I can't find it, but I've heard. Okay, here we have. I guess in one of the ones from last year, Darkseid was.
That's kind of missing the joke.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, but that's the closest thing I can find.
Oh, the other thing, I debated on making this like a Valentine or something. Didn't know how else to do with this. Everyone always says Darkseid is. Nobody says how is Darkseid. How you doing today?
Yeah, that's a great one. Fuck, what was I gonna talk? I always this happens every time I talk to you. I fucking lose my train of thought and I forget what I was gonna say. I was talking about heroes not killing.
Oh, superheroes.
Yeah, so that was part of why they have that reputation is again because the Comics Code Authority puts it on them. But like if you look at DC at let's just talk mainstream heroes here, like
Green Lantern.
So there was a time that the Green Lantern Corps explicitly forbid its members from killing, but I think that's been tossed out because there have been like now again, Green Lantern doesn't go around acting as the Punisher, but like if the only way he can stop Sinestro is to put a fucking stake through his heart, he's gonna do it.
Every Flash except the one with the lame hat.
I don't actually know. I mean, when you're as powerful as the Flash, you don't typically need to kill your enemies. But
actually, now that you mention it,
he did go on trial for killing Zoom.
Specifically, now that you mention it, the Flash is the guy who actually treats his villains with love, and they're the only villains who I am okay being on the street. Is the Flash's villains because the whole city is just in on like a thing.
Yeah, and that like the Flash's villains have somewhat of an agreement to leave civilians out of it.
Yeah, no, like his villains will go and hang out inside of a bar, and like Flash will show up and they'll be like, "You again."
I don't know if you ever watched the CW Flash show to any real extent, but
not to an extent.
When Captain Cold finds out who the Flash is, at the end of that episode, they actually make a deal that from now on, I will keep your identity secret, and like basically it was like if you let me go now, you have my agreement that I'll never kill anybody in any of my schemes.
Huh.
And so Barry, because he's in a position where he can't say no, he's forced to agree to that, but.
So
it doesn't really matter because Captain Cold kind of winds up turning a heroic cheek. What?
In the Flash TV show, you really in any CW TV show are you ever allowed to actively have people dying?
Well, usually the heroes prevent it, but like, yeah, the villain does usually have a scheme that if they fail to stop it, will kill a bunch of people.
Okay, yeah. So it's like
But
24.
like, yeah, but like Captain Cold literally makes the deal that like, if you let me go, whenever I do my villain shit, I will specifically do it in a way that never puts any innocent people in danger.
Mind you, Captain Cold later gets put on a Suicide Squad, so that's fun. I think he got put there, right?
You cut out for a second. What'd you say?
Didn't Cold also end up on a Suicide Squad?
Not on a Suicide Squad. He wound up as a member of the Legends.
Okay, that's a little more doable.
Yeah, well, what happened was he joined the Legends and convinced Heatwave to join with him because he's like, think of all the insanely valuable shit throughout history we can steal.
Wow.
But then being around these heroic characters against his better wishes brought out the more heroic side of him. Like
I
he kind of wishes it didn't, but it did.
Maybe it works differently when you're in DC, but like if I mean, okay, the last time I was here, we talked about time travel and how it's dumb. I feel like any
Maybe you
time
should
travels.
exit and then come back in. You keep cutting out. All right, sorry about that, everyone. Nick and I both have spotty internet sometimes, so he'll be back in a second. There he is. There we
Can
go.
you hear me? Am I coming
Yes.
in? Nice. I just imagine any time travel scheme where you're making money, you're probably not going to make the money. No one ever makes money with a time travel scheme.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't wind up happening because he unfortunately winds up becoming a hero.
Yeah, but like even if he stole stuff, where's he going to put it? Who's going to sell it? Him in the past?
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing, right? Like that's the
Yeah,
thing
like
with anytime the plot is like
time
steal the
travel money.
Mona Lisa. It's like who the fuck is going to fence the Mona Lisa?
Where's he going to go? Like the only times I can ever understand is when they're like, we're going to steal direct gold. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I see this.
Yeah, or like Die Hard, what it was it wasn't 600 million in cash, it was 600 million in negotiable bearer bonds.
I mean,
And it's like that actually kind of explains why this building would have that much money just on hand.
I mean, old timey banking logic is always kind of funny.
Plus, in the case of Die Hard, in the book, the company was corrupt and was doing business with drug dealers in South America. That kind of got cut for time from the movie, but like maybe you could interpret that as being evidence of maybe they're still doing that.
Huh. Suppose.
Either that or because the Nakatomi company in that movie seems to be like really insanely big company.
Yeah. Like it's a conglomerate.
There's a line that is really easy to miss because it's said really quietly, and I only caught it once because Die Hard was on with the subtitles playing,
Subtitles.
where Hans Gruber says $630 million represents at most 10 days operating cost for this company. It was like, Jesus Christ.
It's an expensive company.
Yeah, well, I mean, based on what we see of them, they're doing all kinds of insane shit in like the East and South Asia and Indonesia, everywhere.
I mean, imagine like what is the operating cost for the entirety of Yamaha in a day?
Do I even want to know? Probably not.
I don't even know. Is there a way to know?
For the record, audience, the reason that we're bantering about bullshit is because I keep reloading the results of the mayoral election and it doesn't have any results yet. So I'm waiting till it does.
We're not there yet.
No,
there yet?
the polls literally closed 3 minutes ago. Which
Yeah,
for
you're
some
not
reason
getting
I
it.
thought they closed at 8, so that's why I opened it. But when I opened it, it says closes at 9. So I'm like, oh, there you go, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. Now, what are we looking forward to in the city of New York tonight?
The surprise Curtis Sliwa victory.
No. I mean, like physically in the city of New York tonight. What do we think is gonna go down?
Probably a lot of fireworks and celebrations, and we're going to see a lot of insane crash out tweets from like conservatives and Zionists.
I think we're gonna have some greased pole energy.
Oh, you mean when they grease the poles to prevent people from climbing them, and then people always manage to climb them?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there'll be a. I don't know how much of that there'll be because this is good news. That tends to happen more when bad news occurs.
Absolutely not. Every single time a major sports team wins their respective championship, that
Yeah,
city.
that's sports. That's a little different from politics. Oh shit! Hang on, hang
Here
on.
we go.
Just got an update.
Drumline.
Um, it's kind of worthless because
Oh,
it's so few votes.
oh.
Oh,
Recount.
hang on. It says 36% of votes expected. So anyway, yeah, Mamdani is like 12 points ahead right now. Okay, that is fucking cool as shit. I mean, it's not like I expected too much different, but
New
yeah, right
York.
now they've got Mamdani at 50. Here, I'll bring it up. Sorry, I always forget, guys. They've
We
got
can't see
Mamdani at
things.
51.5, Cuomo at 39.7, and Sliwa at 8. Sliwa deserves to beat Cuomo. Because Sliwa's a lunatic, but he has principles. He's an authentic lunatic. Like, he actually believes his own shit, and I really respect that. Oh, got another one. It didn't change the percentage numbers, but we got a little batch of votes in, I guess. Also, I have the expanded one up so we can see all the candidates everyone forgot about.
Where's Kanye West at?
Sadly, Kanye didn't run in this one, which is a real shame. Dude, write-ins is ahead of Eric Adams.
Like is that a specific write-in or all the write-ins?
No, just write-ins as a category.
That's always fun.
Oh, that is so fucking funny. I forgot Jim Walden was still running, man.
I feel like some people will just do it for the exposure.
Yeah, shout out to the couple of people who are actually voting for these three candidates I've never heard of. Like, respect. You stood by your convictions. Good for you, man.
We all love voting.
Well, that's why today's stream is titled "We Will All Bow to the Mamdandate," the Mamdani Mandate.
That just sounds like the woke mob coming for me.
Oh, in other less fortunate news, I guess Texas voters have been voting for the wrong shit, as they always do.
What they do now?
Because there's other elections going on today, shockingly. So it says Texas voters approve ballot question requiring citizenship to vote, which it already was, you fools. And then they also approved parental rights amendment to the state constitution, which is code for I get to beat and molest my children with impunity. So that's that's cool, but it's Texas. What did you expect?
I mean, I don't know.
And hey, at least the big one is going our way. Insert Patrick and SpongeBob mocking Texas. Dude, they were so fucking right for all that shit they said to Sandy.
Whoa. Hear me out, man.
What's the difference? True, man.
We need Texas for one reason.
No
Good
country for old men.
barbecue.
2 reasons then.
I need good barbecue. I need Texas to raise people with good barbecue and then send them other places.
Yeah. You can
It's like,
occasionally find good barbecue in this state, but not often. True, there
no.
are also the Texas-shaped mugs. That is cool.
Ooh, yeah, Texas shaped thing. Actually, what about King of the Hill?
Yeah, that's true.
Bobby,
Dang it, Bobby.
the boy, right?
I actually just last night watched No Country for Old Men for the first time in like a decade.
I thought you were gonna say you watched the new season of King of the Hill. I was real
No, I've
excited.
still been meaning to do that. I forgot how fucking good No Country for Old Men is, man.
I'm an old man.
The wrong Texas movie, but yes.
Yeah,
Severico
no.
says brisket
The
is the
guy with
only
the air gun.
yeah. Sever
Brisket.
says that brisket is the only thing redeemable about Texas and the original Six Flags park, and also the barbecue.
Oh no, Sever's spitting facts right now.
Yeah,
The
I've never been
brisket.
to that Six Flags, but I believe you.
I've never been, but I've seen things from it.
Nick Farm is amazing. I'm assuming that's the park you're referring to.
'Cause
Let me look
I'm
that up.
guessing one of the six.
Yeah, probably. Oh, No Country for Old Men. Okay, that is not an abbreviation I've ever heard before.
Huh.
Barbecues and pecan pies, oh why? When I'm so far from you, Texas, all I can do is cry. It's a great song. Unfortunately, she's wrong because Texas is a shithole.
But if she's true to her heart, she'll always be a Texas girl.
Ooh. Virginia's Ghazala Hashmi becomes first Muslim woman elected statewide in the U.S. That's cool.
All right. I mean, we.
Also, this is apparently the first time since 1969 that 2 million ballots were cast in New York City. That's cool, I guess.
I mean, how many people in the city?
8.5 million, roughly.
That's kind of sad.
Definitely. Oh, tragic news. The percentages have shifted very slightly, and Mamdani is now only at 51.2%.
Oh, no.
He is only 11 points ahead.
He might not have as clean of a sweep rip.
Six Flags Over Texas is getting a sick new dive coaster. Too bad I'm too trans to travel to a state like that. Hey, to be fair, Severco, there are many other reasons to not travel to Texas.
Or Severco, hear me out with the other option. Enough guns.
That is true. In Texas, you are probably allowed to bring a handgun on a roller coaster.
Just show up. Texas
That's
around and
part
Texas
of the
out.
coaster. There's probably live fire rounds that go over your heads like the fucking fireworks display.
They have little like baby seats for your gun alongside of you on every coaster.
When Texas says keep your arms inside the roller coaster at all times, they don't mean because you'll scrape it against something. They mean because the bullets will take it off.
That is hilarious. That is pretty funny.
I'm just going to keep reloading this page to see if there's any updates, and it looks like not yet. It is cool that this, I just picked NBC News out of a hat. I didn't pick them because, I have any loyalty to them, but it is cool that the page updates on its own because many do not. I like how even if so far, even if every Sliwa voter voted Cuomo instead, he'd still be losing. That is so funny.
There was no way to overtake the wave. That is this guy. There's just no way.
Mamdandate. Dude, I can't wait for Twitter tonight. It's going to be so fucking funny. It is going to be the funniest shit I've ever seen.
There's going to be some slurs. There's going to be some hate.
Oh, there already is hate, and there already are slurs. Don't worry.
Yeah, but we want a lot.
I'm
This
walking
is
home from
America.
work and my phone is dying, so I'm gonna dip, but I might pop back in if I can get my phone plugged in when I get home. No problem, Sever. Thank you for joining. You never have
Oh
to
yeah.
apologize. I know you guys got lives.
Bye, Sever. They're severing the connection.
Yes, exactly. Ugh. It's a shame because sometimes when people chat in here, I do know their actual names, but I don't want to dox them.
Dog.
Like I do know Severco's actual name, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't
Their
know.
name is
You know?
Severco.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
exactly.
would it say Severco?
Oh yeah, I mean, fair enough. Like that, a YouTube username is indeed your legally binding name.
I'm getting big V for Vendetta vibes. Why would you ask the name of someone with a username?
True. Do you mean the comic or the movie? Because I have not seen the movie.
I'm talking about the movie. I don't think he does this quote in the comic.
It sounds familiar, but it's been like 5 years since I read it, so
Yeah,
I've
it's
been,
been
I've
so
been
long.
meaning to watch the movie. I just haven't gotten to it.
The movie's great. It's just
That's what
ruined
I've
like
heard.
every other bad fandom having thing.
I love in the at the beginning of the comic, there's this like foreword by Alan Moore.
Oh, great.
And one of the things he says in it is, when I started writing this story in 1981, I was naive enough to believe that it would take something as extreme as nuclear war for Britain to embrace fascism.
Oh yeah, I was wrong.
He also sheepishly admits, I didn't know enough about nuclear physics, and no, if there was that much nuclear conflict, the whole planet would be toxic. So he's basically just like, sorry, I fucked that one up.
I like to just kind of headcanon bio war instead of nuclear weapons.
Well, they did literally say nukes in the comic version, but yeah.
No, I know. I just like to ignore what terms like. Oh well, they said nukes, but like they didn't tell me a specific model. I don't know. Maybe people just call things things.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the only real like stuff we hear about how many nukes were launched comes from a character who was a child back then. So like maybe she's misremembering it.
I mean, how much does it matter when it's a big missile with problems? Like,
Well, yeah, true. Like I distinctly remember she remembers hearing about it on the radio, and her mom explains to her Africa isn't there anymore. And like she's 5, so she gets sad thinking about the elephants and giraffes and shit because she's too young to understand that like there's people there.
why would they take out Africa?
There was some reason for it. I don't remember. There was
Why
like
is
a
it in the
military.
horror movie that is the world, the black man has to die in the beginning again?
I legitimately don't remember why. It might have been like nuclear bases stationed there, like World War II. It might have just been racism. I legitimately don't fucking remember because it's been a few years.
I don't know. We all just got to go to Oceania. That's where we'll be safe. Nothing bad ever happens in Oceania, guys.
And it's always been at war with Eurasia. That's such an awesome book, man. I got to read 1984 again. It's been too long.
It's been so long, but the last time I was actually at a fair a couple weeks ago and ran across an English teacher who was I think she was selling candles or something. No, she was selling something completely different, which I was in no way interested in. But we ended up talking about 1984. And apparently her pitch is to just embrace the fatalistic nature of it and then try to see what you can get if you can move beyond that. I don't really know how much I'm a fan of this, but like it's really fun to be able to think, oh, that book is held up for how many years with almost no context except people suck.
Yeah. You know, they what's it called? It's called something. There's another book called We, like another book about dystopian fiction from that era called
It's
We.
about Nintendo.
Sadly, no.
Oh,
Yeah, here we go. We. It's by oh my fucking god, I'm gonna have some trouble with this. Yevgeny Zamyatin. It actually
Oh,
predates 1984 by. Yeah, this book is considered a literary masterpiece, as well as one of the greatest influential works. It influenced the emergence of dystopia. Was a pretty direct inspiration to, well, despite his denial, was pretty directly inspirational to Brave New World, 1984, and Animal Farm. Anyway, the reason I brought this up is because you know how they've adapted 1984 like a bunch of times, right?
of course.
The recent one from like a year or two ago is a Russian adaptation of it that actually combines 1984 and We into one story.
Huh.
I'm interested in seeing that. So somebody, obviously not this edition of it, but I think my mom she heard me talk about this. She got me the novel We for from Christmas last year. I still haven't read it because I have so many
Oh,
other books I'm reading.
but something I'd recommend if we're in this realm of books: Voyage to Kazohinia.
Voyage to here we go.
Kazohinia, yeah, it is old.
Novel written in a Hungarian and in Esperanto by Sandor Zathmari.
Yeah, I was not going to try to say his name.
It's this one, right?
Let's see what we got. Yeah, or that's not the cover I have, but yes.
Yeah. This does interest me. I'm gonna keep this in mind for later.
Yeah. I had a feeling it might scratch your ideas. A way I like to think about it is this is gonna sound really corny and really funny to any of the all of our old boomer hippie watchers out there. You know the John Lennon song that everyone thinks is super deep?
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific.
So Imagine by John Lennon. I was gonna try to do the Forrest Gump bit, but I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of it's hard to imagine a country with that concept. Well, this guy had a little bit of it would suck. It would be a lot. It would not even suck doesn't even the word. You wouldn't even understand it. Good, bad, a lot of metrics don't contend in other societies.
Honestly, when you said John Lennon's song everyone thinks is deep, I was really worried you were gonna talk about the one with the you know what word in it.
Oh no. No.
I was really worried you were gonna bring that one up.
Because that is that of the world.
You ever watch that show Better Things on FX?
I have not.
It's Pamela Adlon. It's like her playing a fictional version of herself. Well, a fictional character, clearly a stand-in of herself. Like
Yeah,
raising 3 kids by herself, being an actress. Like it's a slice of life show. It's like Louie, but without all the.
I get that.
In fact, he was co-creator on it, and it has Mikey Madison way before Honora when she was like 16. This was one of her first acting roles on that show.
Oh wow.
So anyway, the middle daughter of the family is like this really hardcore, like aspiring activist, political ideologue, even though she's like 13 when it starts.
As it be.
And there's a bit where she quotes that song, and her mom is like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And she's like, "No, it's the John Lennon song. He was making a whole statement about she
No,
explains what it means, and she's like, no, I get it. Just like Jesus."
it's a terrible statement.
Well,
Duck is the chicken of the culinary world. No, chicken is the chicken of the culinary world. It's that simple of a metaphor, John. Like,
yeah, like they have a whole scene discussing it where Pamela Adlon's point is like, "I wasn't expecting you to drop the N-bomb on me."
for anyone who doesn't know, just look up Yoko Ono and the bad slur you used to hear on Xbox Live, and it'll be self-explanatory from there.
Yeah, it was a great show, by the way. Better Things. I can't recommend it enough. But
I hate that song so much.
Yeah,
I
that's what I always think of when I hear about that song. I think of little 13-year-old Frankie explaining the meaning behind it.
see calling it a John Lennon song is even funny because wasn't that like the Yoko Ono band specifically?
Well, there was like John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band, so I think that's what their musical act was formally called.
That feels like Yoko can't stand by herself, so let's attach the name.
No, I think that's literally what it was. Well, they
Yeah.
their song "Mother" they use for the first 2 seasons as the theme song for the show
Oh
because it's about
god.
motherhood.
I'd rather just show the best Yoko Ono song of all time. Chuck Berry
Yep.
featuring Yoko Ono.
Yeah. Oh no, I know the
Fantastic.
one.
Music to my ears.
Second worst thing loosely connected to the Beatles. What is the first Sever? And please don't say Wings because I like Wings.
That's just such a statement in so many ways.
Yeah, I don't know what they mean. Do you mean like Oasis? Like, oh, Wonderful
Do you mean
Christmas
all
Time. Okay, yeah, you're right.
wonder?
I have several friends who are musicians, but my most musically inclined friend once told me that Wonderful Christmas Time had 2 goals in mind, or that Paul McCartney had 2 goals for it: write a good Christmas song and find out what every button on the keyboard does. And he accomplished one of those goals.
Listen, it could be worse. I have a father who insists on playing that song every year, but then just sings that some girl named Cindy is having a wonderful Christmas time.
That's
I
funny
don't
the
know
first
why.
time.
It was not. From experience, it wasn't. Like,
See, everyone hates that song. I don't particularly, but I think the reason I don't hate it is because I hear it maximum twice a year.
they have a lot of Christmas songs that I'm putting my thoughts to it.
Yeah, Family Guy's fucking Disney Plus Halloween special, like last month, had a whole bit about how there are only like 2 Halloween songs and that they need to write more to catch up with Christmas and everything.
Spooky, Scary Skeletons,
Yeah.
Monster Mash.
Thriller is arguably a Halloween song.
Absolutely not.
When I worked at Christmas tree shops, there were 5 different versions, including the original, of Wonderful Christmas Time that played on the Christmas playlist. I don't know how you worked there as long as you did, bro. That's insane.
No, I actually feel that pain so hard because there's the instrumental version, there's the modern version with the girls singing it, there's an older version with the guy singing it. Oh my god, I know I'm feeling this pain. I'm having flashbacks. Why'd you do this?
Yeah, I definitely could not work retail that had a Christmas playlist.
Nah, man, you just gotta.
How about somebody's watching me from Rockwell for Halloween? That's not
I
a bad one.
always feel like somebody
Somebody's
watching
watching me.
me. Yeah, no, that's a banger.
Did you ever
Um,
see the 2011 The Thing movie, the prequel one?
no.
It's not that great, but it's got a few moments. But there's one moment I remember from it where it's a little on the nose, but I still find it charming. When we meet the main character, she's like a medical examiner or whatever. She's listening on her headphones to "Who Can It Be Now."
Is it ironic that all the half Halloween songs have Michael Jackson involved somewhere?
Well, he was a very scary man.
The older I get, the more I just feel bad for old boy.
There's a weird version where the ding dong part is done in T-Pain style auto tune. Oh my holy Jesus Christ!
Ding dong. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I mean, I get really tired of I can hear "So This Is Christmas" or "The War Is Over" song. I forget whatever the title is, like 3 times before I want every child choir to just go away.
By the way, for updates on the ostensible topic of the show, Mamdani is over 100,000 votes ahead still.
And hold on. Update. Everyone pay attention. Newsflash. Dick Cheney's still dead.
That is true. Hey, knowing him, that is something you have to fucking keep your eye on. Like, you
You know
got
the
to put
most
a stake through
Halloween
his heart.
ass thing, Dick Cheney rises out the fucking grave.
I guess Mikey Sherrill won the New Jersey governor's race. Remind me if that's good or bad.
I mean, because like I can think of a bunch of songs I could use for Halloween, like Joan Crawford by like the Blue Oyster Cult, but it's not for Halloween.
Oh yeah, okay. This is the one who is not a lunatic. All right. Okay, so that's good, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, Eric
Oh,
Adams is still at fewer votes than write-ins.
do you know how many sequels there are to the Monster Mash?
I know there's one, isn't there? At
No,
least.
no, my friend. Hold on. I don't have a. Can I actually have you pull that up? Just because I do not have a thing I could use right now.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna love this. I want to say there's 6 or 7
Monster Mash sequel.
sequels. There's a lot.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. There's a.
Okay. Re-releases and other versions. Is that what you're referring to?
I. That might be how Wiki wants to do it. Because there's a rap at some point.
Yeah, now we're getting into it. Yeah, so it looks like they've just done like a million. They're more remixes than gotta hop back out for a call. No problem.
Have to go have your Monsters Holiday. Do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like they've remixed Monster Mash a bunch of times.
I mean, does it count as a remix when it just doesn't sound anything like it at all?
I was wondering that. So, like, I'm when I make my fucking Spotify playlists, I'm all like autistic about this. I try to not have multiple covers of the same song. Like, I try to just pick a favorite and stick to it.
I
But
understand this very well.
But the one exception I have is that I have both Buddy Sigler's and Jimi Hendrix's version of "Let the Good Times Roll" because Jimi Hendrix's is so different that it's basically just a different song that shares one or two of the same lyrics.
Huh.
Like, yes, they both say "Come on, baby, let the good times roll," but that's like mostly, bless you. That's pretty much where the similarities end.
I think like I'll keep a couple covers in there. Like there's a cover of Everybody Wants to Rule the World, I've heard that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'll throw those in like a separate playlist or whatever. But if we're on like my main playlist, the one that's just called music, I try to just pick a version and stick to it.
Oh, I'm pure chaos. I play shuffle in my liked songs.
Oh well, yeah, that's
All like
basically what it is.
10,000.
My music playlist is my liked songs essentially. Oh, they're calling it. Okay,
It's
shit, they're
over?
calling it.
Mamdandate.
Yo, ha ha! Woo!
Brown people in New York. Nice.
Fuck yeah, baby! Woo! Hell yeah! I am
That's what I've
drinking
been waiting
tonight
for.
as if I needed an excuse.
That's what I've been waiting for.
That's all. That, by the way, they're calling it with 60% of the votes in, so there's still another almost million to come in.
Yeah, but like it won't be able to upset.
Well, no, of course not. But it's just, I just want to see this number go up. I just want to see that number as high as it can go, just to upset people. Because when it's like, not that this doesn't count, it does, but you just know that someone's going to do the whole, well, he actually didn't even get half the city you vote for him. Me.
Who cares about that loser's opinion?
Also, again, even if every Sliwa voter had voted Cuomo, Cuomo would still be losing right now.
And the write-ins.
True, yeah. In fact, hang on. Let me make sure that I didn't completely get that math wrong. Because I don't want to make myself even more of an idiot.
Excuse me.
There we go. Sorry. I'm a happy boy today, man.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
I was already a happy boy because of Dick Cheney, because, like, that's really funny, but some motherfucker is mad that they're calling it this early. And I know that because I've been that motherfucker mad that they were calling a race before all the votes were in.
But those were different.
Well, I mean, it is a little bit silly, I think, to project a winner when only 60% of the votes are in. Well, it's not silly to informally do that. I think it's a little silly for the news to do it officially with the Chiron and everything, but
I
what are you going to do?
I feel like at a certain point, the statistic probability of the trend shifting is so drastically is just so not foreseeable.
Oh, yeah, I'm not really complaining about it here. I'm more complaining about, like, well, frankly, like the 24 election, some of the fucking news sites were calling it for Trump when there were only like half the votes in.
Yeah, but
Now that's a little
unfortunately,
different because that
sometimes
was
the
neck
writing
and
is
neck.
just on the wall, even if the writing says death.
Well, yeah, but like the 24 election was pretty neck and neck for most of the night. Like I know I fucking followed it religiously that whole night. So
I get that.
between that and me being irritated that fascism was winning, I was like, don't call the fucking election this early, but like, we know how it turned out.
I feel like a lot of people just depressingly called like, all right, I'm not sitting here anymore. I'm going to drink. I'm going home.
I just waited till Vosh was done streaming, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to bed because it was like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and I was so done before that. I called it like I want to say I was sitting there a minute and I'm like, yep, I don't have the energy for this.
Well, yeah, but this was when my fucking grandpa was like dying too, so I was in the habit of staying up really late in case they
Oh
needed me to help
gosh.
move him or anything. So,
Well, that'll change it a little.
yeah, thankfully he was like not really awake anymore by that point, so he didn't have to live through watching this shit and going like, "Oh god." Oh, in other good news, I guess Detroit elected its first female mayor. That's cool. Let's see if Mary Sheffield is a fucking lunatic.
Let's see, is this like a more female drone pilot situation?
Well, she's not white. That helps.
Always does.
Yeah. That sounded
Oh,
racist with me. That helps the chances that she's not a lunatic, is what I should say. It does not say anything about her political positions. Not to worry, I have a resource, but I'm going to put it off the screen just in case my search history shows anything embarrassing.
it's corn. A big lump with knobs. It has juice.
At least prawn, you can figure out what it's referring to, but corn is also just a food.
I think the human mind works off rhyming.
Like, damn, On the Issues doesn't even have her. That sucks. I guess it only has like national level politicians, or I guess more prominent ones.
You have a resource.
Yeah, like I watched this whole fucking video the other day where she was talking about how like porn's gonna fucking rot your brain or whatever.
Well, but
Well,
neither here nor there.
no, but it was like from a religious conservative POV. So,
Oh no,
but
not like that.
because all those things are like scientifically calculated to not fuck up the algorithm, she kept saying like corn and prawn and all that and alternating between them. But there were a number of times where she'd say like corn usage is linked to this thing and that thing, and I'm like, I kept forgetting what the topic was and going, wait, corn poison? Oh no, you're not talking about actual corn.
Okay, hear me out. There is such an opportunity for advertising, though.
Well,
High fructose corn syrup.
you might remember this. when was it? Like 2017, 18? Long before that was ever a thing. Pornhub's April Fool's Day prank that year was that for the day they changed to Cornhub,
I do remember this.
and like all the homepage videos were all corn videos. That was awesome.
I just
Pornhub had
support
such
all the
great
sex
April Fool's
workers.
pranks that it made me forgive them for the fact that they do some really unethical shit to their performers. It almost made me forgive them. I should
Wait,
say.
what do you mean? Didn't Pornhub have the Great Purge to fix that?
They did, yeah. This was before that.
The Great Purge, as it was called.
Yeah, which is probably for the best, even though it means that a lot of shit I really liked disappeared because they couldn't verify anybody's name. But, you know, what are you going to do?
I mean, there's a problem. There's a couple commercial problems that I'm pretty sure arise because of that. But aside from those, the intent's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those, like, the problem was so bad that they went, ah! And you have to, like, just go, well, at least they tried.
Whatever you say, Dad.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's other porn sites out there if you're feeling degenerate.
It's not about feeling degenerate. It's just about people shouldn't have their livelihoods fucked with.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a whole thing, too. I
Yeah.
wasn't even getting into the monetization.
Oh, no, that's where my head's at, is money.
Oh, I was thinking of the whole, like, they can't verify if those actors are 18 type of thing.
It's like,
really
damn, I'm sorry, I didn't really want to verify my identity because maybe I was in a vulnerable situation and I was using an alias or something. Sorry, not for me. Pop.
Yeah, it's
it's a double-edged sword if you look at it that way.
well, don't worry. Now we got OnlyFans. Now you can look at a friend's butthole this Christmas instead of a stranger's.
Yeah, but where's the anonymity for the sex workers, my guy?
Well, you don't have to show your face. Plenty of them don't. Though I
But
do
you gotta-
agree with you that like the whole anonymity thing.
You have to sign up with your information with the site, though.
That yeah, it's a whole.
You have to essentially register yourself as a sex worker or as an OnlyFans worker, which either way is information that could be used detrimentally to you in your future. Where like
yeah,
maybe I just want to make some money on the side, like a stripper, and call myself Candy, and I show up and I leave, and you don't know where I come from.
By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my dog is sleeping on my couch right in front of me, and she's borking in her sleep, and it's very adorable.
Suki, you borker?
Yeah, she always borks in her sleep. Like, it wakes me up sometimes. I thought that's the risk of signing up on Pornhub to make a profit. Well, now it is, but there was a time that you could kind of skirt the verification process, and some people used it for innocent reasons. Many people did not.
Yeah, there was a time back in the day where someone could, like, the way we almost have troll or burner accounts for your Instagram, you could have that to make your money for your Pornhub.
Yeah, but fucking asshole sex trafficking women had to ruin it like they do with everything else they touch.
As it be, unfortunately. Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, no. Like, I wouldn't go back to the system because it allows for more exploitation. But it is unfortunate that some avenues were taken away from people.
Yeah, but you know, sex traffickers gonna sex traffic. I guess it's tragic, and we should probably do something about it. But instead, we're doing this.
I mean, look on the bright side. We're actually trying to get Tate in jail.
Yeah, that's true. He was in there for a while, and he's still on trial, I think. Why can't we have nice things? Mostly because of capitalism.
Pretty much. Because of capitalism.
Anyway, I should probably go because my laptop, as you can see here, is at 9% because I stupidly didn't plug it in before streaming. So I'm going to do one last check of the news to see if anything truly insane happens, and it didn't. So
before we go, I have to ask you a really important question.
Yes.
So you're driving a bus, and 4 people get on the bus at the first stop. And at the second stop, 3 people get off and 2 people get on.
Yeah.
At the next stop, everyone gets off. Next stop, 5 people get on. What's the name of the bus driver?
They didn't say, did they?
You don't know your own name, buddy. Have a good night, folks.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.